Shri Radha Madhav ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritta Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Neshtiki Om Ganadviram Dasya Ganandaya Shalakaya Sakshurum Militam Gena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Canto 3, Chapter 14, Text 28. Asantiyasya Charitam Vidurvaga Svatmam Ratasya Vidushasya Mihitam Yervastramalya Bharananulipane Svambojjanam Svatmata Yopalalitam. Yopalalitam. Translation. Unfortunate like this. I don't have to have the things in front of my. I like to be like this and like this. Oh. Okay. Unfortunate. Foolish person not knowing that he is engaged in his own self, love at him. Shiva is love at him. Such a foolish person engaged in maintaining the body which is eatable by dogs. So, in maintaining the body with dresses, ornaments, garlands, and ointment, but this body is meant to be eatable by dogs. Okay. Understand? Foolish person love at Shiva, but such a stupid person just maintaining the body with garlands, ornaments, and this. These bodies, you have to know it will be eaten by the dogs. Purport, Srila Prabhupada. Lord Shiva never accepts any luxurious dress, garland, ornament, or ointment. But those who are addicted to the decoration of the body, which is finely eatable by dogs, very luxuriously maintain it as the self. Such a person do not understand Lord Shiva, but they approach him for luxurious material comforts. There are two kinds of devotees of the Lord Shiva. One class is the gross materialist seeking only bodily comforts from Lord Shiva. And the other class desires to become one with him. They are mostly impersonalists and prefer to chant Shivoham, I am Shiva, or after liberation, I shall become one with Shiva. In other words, the Kami and Gyani are generally devotees of Lord Shiva, but they do not properly understand the real purpose of life. Sometimes so-called devotees of Lord Shiva imitate him in using poisonous intoxicants. Lord Shiva once swallowed an ocean of poison, and thus his throat became blue. The imitation Shiva tried to follow him by indulging in poison, and that they are wounded. The real purpose of Lord Shiva is to save the soul of the soul. Lord Krishna, he desired that all luxurious articles, such as nice garments, garlands, ornaments, cosmetics, be given to Lord Krishna only, because Krishna is the only enjoyer. He refused to accept such luxurious items himself, because they are only meant for Krishna. However, then they do not know this purpose of Lord Shiva. Foolish person, either laugh at him or profitlessly try to imitate him. Okay, so we continue on this pregnancy of GT in the evening, when it has been described, and she did it at not the proper time. Therefore, at that time, the people, the followers of Lord Shiva, ghostly personality, then they come out, when it is like this, twilight. So, here it is said that those who are ignorant, they laugh at Lord Shiva, because they think, look, how is, his ashes on his body, his matted locks, he looks like a hippie. But actually hippies are imitating. But it looks like this, the tiger dress. Very, must be really something to see him. But he is so glorious, He is living under trees. He never wanted to build a house, even a small cottage. He is living under trees. He is eternal. He will not die. Still, he will not construct a house. But nowadays, people, they are, immediately they have a little money, they are here for a few years, but they construct a house. And they want their own comfort, their own, and then they close the door. Like this. So, who is unfortunate? Shiva or these people? Of course, Shiva is most fortunate. Shiva means, good fortune. It is always fortunate. Lord Shiva. So we are following him in the way that it is, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. So we go to pray to him, and please clear for me the path of bhakti, because this path is not very easy to enter. I don't know why, but it is not very easy. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that it's actually easy to practice, chanting, dancing, eating, A child can do it, like Prabhupada said. So it is easy to practice, but it's difficult to attain. Pure bhakti. Difficult to attain. It is what he said in Bhagavad Gita, Samahatma Sudurlabha means very rare, not many. Many devotees, but who is really a Mahatma? Very rare. Why? Because it's not easy to attain. Because when someone is a pure devotee, then Krishna becomes like subservient of this person. Because you know, oh, he is a devotee of my Swamini, Srimati Radhika. Therefore, I also can serve his purpose. Whatever he will have, whatever desires he will have, not even asking, but if he has desires, I will fulfill the desires. So Krishna becomes like the servant of his devotees. We don't know, but it is true, because he fulfills the desires. So Krishna does not allow such a situation very often, because he is careful. So in this way, pure Shuddha Bhakti is very rarely attained, not easily attained. Easy to practice, but difficult to attain. Still, we should not give up, abandon the past. We should go on, go on, go on. We cannot, stop. Even for one day, try one day to stop not doing nothing, or 2 or 3 days. You will see your consciousness like a leaves in winter. But here you have no winter, but only in autumn. So your consciousness, is maintained by practice, sadhana bhakti. And if you don't, for example, if you are sick and for 2 or 3 days you are like this, not able, you will see your consciousness. So to have always good, proper consciousness, then we should every day, it is called anudinam. Kalusaiva justas, vad vikramat bhavaditat gadamula antri. Not Sri Rupa Goswami is telling Upadeshamrita, this verse is about, for example, chanting the holy name. He says it should be done every day, anudinam, anudinam. Not one day, once a week, once a month, every day is, and hand in this bag and chanting. And chanting means, just like Prabhupada used to say, always minimum, 16 rounds, minimum. That means that we should chant more, never minimum, but certainly we should chant more. According to our progress, if we attend some ruchi for the holy name, then naturally we are chanting more. So chanting more, reading more, chanting songs. In this way, progressing in the path of devotional service. In the same time, also becoming somewhat austere, like Lord Shiva, never accepting, luxurious things like garlands or something. We accept because it is remnants, it is prasad. So we accept. Otherwise, if you offer me a garland which is not offered, I will not accept. I will refuse. No? We accept only prasad. We don't want some luxurious garland. It's something. It means someone is walking on it, for a long time, collecting flowers and cutting and making the garland. So we accept only the remnants of Krishna, but we don't want for ourselves. In this way, not only progressing in, increasing our bhakti, increasing rounds, increasing reading, increasing singing Gita song, but also decreasing the material affinities. eating less, for example. It is something important also. Eating less and not luxurious food. Simple food, simple prasad. Sometimes sweet something, but we have to be careful because when we eat too much and the consciousness is affected, you know, it becomes heavy. And you can see, because if you eat a lot, then immediately you feel, you know, hazy like this, you know. So we have to be careful in this. And live simply and increase our devotional activities, not staying on the same level, but increasing our spiritual activities, increasing service. This is bhakti. Bhakti means to increase, not decrease. So this bhakti like this, and following the path of the Mahajan, of the great devotees. And wherever we can serve devotees, it is very good. Vaishnav Seva, Bhakta Srinivas. It is very important also. In this way, we are following in the footsteps of Lord Shiva sometimes, but we don't dress with, you know, more simple. It is more easy to have short hair, you know, long hair, not easy to maintain. So we don't want to bother so much. Better shave head. And in this way, you know, live simply and high thinking, like Prabhupada used to say, and concentrate on the devotional path and reading Bhakti Granta. We are not so interested by all kinds of Purana, Upanishad, Itihasas, you know, so many books. You cannot even have time to read them all. So we have to take the essence of all scriptures and reading Rup Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami books, so that they can bring us to this really narrow path of Vraja Prem. So we have to read these books, Rup Goswami, Upadeshamrita, and Raghunath Das Manasiksha, and then so many books by Rup Goswami, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Udvala Nilamani, Utkali Kavallari, many books, wonderful books. And Raghunath Das Goswami, Stavamala, in this Stavamala, many beautiful poetry are there, Manasiksha, yes, and Villapa Kushumanjali, so many beautiful books who are completely concentrated on this Radha Krishna Bhakti path. Because when you read Upanishad like this, it is not false, but it is somewhat not going toward Radha and Krishna. It will not help you so much. Not help you. So we better read Goswami Granta. It will be direct on this path, direct. Otherwise, it is not, it is indirect. It will give you some hints, you know, to read Upanishad. But if you read Rup Goswami, Raghunath Das, immediately you know what you have to do. Otherwise, you are a little confused by reading Upanishad, Vedanta Sutra. Good things are there. No false, absolutely true. It is called Tattva, you know, Tattva Vichar. By, you know, become interesting in Tattva Vichar, you understand this. But by another point of view is called Rasa Vichar. Tattva Vichar, so all these Upanishad, Purana, they are, okay, true, good. You know, but we have to go something more intimate, more precise. And it is called Rasa Vichar. You know, you are looking for something who will bring you to your own mood. who will really help you into your own mood, which is called Radha Dasya, Radha Krishna Seva. So, Grantha of Goswami are most important. Prabhupada mainly was inspired by those previous Acharya and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur or Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, many books he wrote, like Prem Samput. Have you read this book, Prem Samput? Oh, so wonderful. Krishna is disguised as a beautiful woman. He's disguised himself as a beautiful damsel. And he comes to Radharani's house and he knocks at the door. And then all the gopis that, wow, who is that beautiful woman? You never thought. Are you coming from the heavenly planets like this? Wow. And this woman, Krishna, she's asking Krishna, oh, Krishna, I have heard, oh, Krishna is telling, oh, Radha, I have heard that you are really have love with this Krishna. But I heard this Krishna is going here and there, is going with this gopi, that gopi, that gopi. How can you love him? He's so, lampat. He's going there, he's going there. So Krishna himself is telling, how can you love such a person who is so frivolous? So Radha, not recognizing Krishna, it is rare, normal, but in this pastime, not recognizing, and she, yes, I know this, but what can I do? I can never become hungry with him. He is my love. Whatever he's doing, I accept, he is my love. I cannot extract him from my heart. So this Krishna, and she's asking, can you tell me about this kind of love, this kind of prema you are? Can you explain to me? I do not understand. So then slowly by slowly, Radharani is explaining what is the path of love, what love she experienced with Krishna. So it's better, and Krishna is, hearing like this, and he retained. Then he understood, oh, this kind of love I cannot experience in that body, Her love is much greater for me than me for her. It is like this. That means I will have to come back as a devotee and try to, be like Radharani. So Chaitanya. So this whole, not big book, 140 verses, Prem Samput. Wow, so extraordinary. Explaining what is love exactly. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And Vishwanath Chakravarti have so many beautiful books also about pastimes, Krishna. So we want this, and Narottam Das Thakur is 2 books he wrote full of songs, so many songs, Partana and Chandrika. What is his name? Prema Chandrika. So those books are also extraordinary to read, and to sing the songs of Narottam Das Thakur will help a lot in our devotional path. Then after Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, then there is many, but then Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote also so many beautiful songs and so many beautiful books, almost like 100 books Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote. Extraordinary. Men books called Jaiva Dharma. Have you read this book? Jaiva Dharma, it's a compendium all the Veda, all Upanishad, all Purana, all everything in one book. If you want to understand everything, you have to read this book, Jaiva Dharma. You know, it is like a novel. It makes people speak, meet, and someone is asking question. Oh, Babaji, can you tell me? And then the whole philosophy is given like this, as question, answer, question, answer. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has already solved all these questions in his mind, and he put it in books. So those books are very, very important to make us understand exactly this Krishna, Radha Krishna's past. No need to read all the Upanishad and everything. Only read Jaiva Dharma, and then you will understand everything. And then after Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur-Kishore Das Babaji never bought something because he did not know how to work. But then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta made few books and so much explanation, so much tattva is given. And then our Prabhupada wrote so many books also. And then taking also, you know, the best, the essence of different scriptures and giving to us. Make us understand that first Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Clear, you know, every each purport, but it is Krishna, supreme personality of God. Make us really understand, so that we do not, you know, hesitate, or he may be or he may no. He is, you know, very clear, very clear. He spoke to the world in a way very clear. But then Prabhupada himself told that we have to read Granta from Goswami. Because in this, the precise science of Bhakti Yoga is given. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, like ocean. Amrita Sindhu. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Ras, Bhakti Ras, Bhakti Rasamrita, Ras, Bhakti Ras. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to given Bhakti Ras, not ordinary Bhakti, Bhakti Ras. And Rupa Goswami wrote everything about in a book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this ocean of Bhakti Ras. What is Bhakti Ras? Means to understand really who we are in the process of bhakti. What position do I have? What ras do I develop? We have to develop ras. Ras means taste. We have to develop this taste for Krishna. So only Bhakti Ras Granta can give us this impetus to go there. Otherwise, it is general instruction, general meaning given. It is called Tattva Vichar, consideration of Tattva. Okay, that you can find many places. But in Rasa Vichar, then this is something more, you know, intimate, more precise. Rasa Vichar. Everything can be actually understood in two levels. One is Tattva Vichar, one is Rasa Vichar. Example, many, but example means, for example, yeah. So sometimes when we saw Jayadvani, so we say, normally, we say, Ganga Mai, Yamuna Mai. Okay? Have you remarked what I say? The morning when I say this, what I say? Did you remark? I don't say Ganga Mai, Jamuna Mai. I say what? I say Jamuna Devi, Ganga Devi, Yamuna Devi. So it is two plans. Ganga Mai means mothers. You know, it is true. Tattva, okay. Tattva Vichar, it is true. She is mother, Yamuna is like mother. But in Rasa Vichar, in a more intimate way to see things, she is not mother. She is Devi. Ganga Devi, Yamuna Devi. Actually, Ganga Devi, Yamuna Devi are two assistants of Srimati Radharani. They are gopis. They are not like mother, they are gopi. So Ganga Devi, Yamuna Devi, it is not that Yamuna Mai, I cannot even say, but Yamuna Mai or Ganga Devi, it's false. But if you want to enter into something more intimate, then your vision should change. And actually, it is Ganga Devi, Yamuna Devi. Okay? Understand or not? It is, for everything, it is like this. You can understand in two levels. It is not like one is false, the other is true. The two are true, but one is rasa vichar. You see in a more, intimate way, rasic way. And it is important to come to this point, not the whole life. Just like also the name Gopinath. What means Gopinath? The name Krishna. What is Gopinath? Tell. Or you tell. What? Yes. So master. Okay. So you can say that. This is one level. Okay, Tattva Vichar, it is good. Krishna is master. But in Rasa Vichar, he is not the master of the gopi. The gopi are the master. He is under the guidance of the gopi. When he's going near Lalita, near Vishaka, near Rupa Manjari, near Rati Manjari, he is like this, Krishna. He's not the master. Master is not like this. But he is like this. He's praying, Rati Manjari, Rup Manjari, please, please, I want to see my Swamini. Please, please, let me enter into the Kunj. This is the truth. He's not the master at all. So Gopinath means one who has as master the gopis. You see, two ways to understand. It is not like one way is false, the other is true, but one way is more intimate. And for everything, it is like this. So to enter this path of intimacy means raga, nuga, then we have to understand these books of the Goswami who are explaining many things very important. Another books also by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur named Raga Vatma Chandrika. Raga Vatma Chandrika, the moonbeam who is illuminating the path of Raga. So in this book, he's explaining in only 17 verses, is explaining the devotee how he can enter a more intimate view of the pastimes of Krishna. Otherwise, sometimes something is ununderstandable. But by having more profound vision, then you can understand the pastimes of the Lord. Just like How is that Krishna is like a small baby like this, and he's under the cart sleeping, like this in the cart, and then once he understand, oh, a demon is in the cart, Shakatasura. Then he put his, legs like this, bing, 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 bing. So how to understand that he is a small baby and in the same times fully conscious? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining that he has two aspects, Krishna. One aspect is called Mugdata, and one aspect is called Sarvagya. Two aspects simultaneously. He is like a baby, completely like a baby, human baby. He's sleeping, he's hungry, he needs to suck the breast of his mother, etc. He's crying, etc. Mugdata. Yoga Maya is recovering and giving the like that. But in 1 millionth of seconds, it can be Sarvagata. That means he is fully conscious. Is fully conscious. His Godhood is there. His consciousness is there. His all power is there. In one fraction of a second. And then it can understand, oh, this is a demon. He entered the carts. He's a demon. I'm going to kill him. And with his little, he has his feet big like this, tender like a lotus, tender, very tender. But with his small finger, and huge, enormous carts, wooden carts, with so many pots on top, many copper pots were there on the carts. So Krishna, and the whole cart dismantled like this, and all the pots, falling on the floor, making a noise, terrible noise. Everybody, came, what happened, what happened? And they saw the whole cart completely dismantled, and Krishna smiling. So, how to understand those kind of pastime? Or is a baby and Putana is coming? Krishna first, and then you understand, oh Lord, who's that? Not my mother, bad things. So kill her. So, like this, Mugdata, Sarvagya. Mugdata, what is really Mugdata? He does not play theaters that he does not know. That he knows, but he plays. He does not play. He is really baby in Mugdata, unconscious. Extraordinary, no? God, the supreme consciousness, can also be like a baby, ordinary baby. But in him, this is why he is God. You are not, when you sleep, finished. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining all these things very clearly so that we can, enter into what is this? What is this beautiful, extraordinary pastimes? And Krishna is God in a way. But when you see the gopis, he becomes like a servant. And in front of Radharani, he has no power. He is powerless. Simply, Radharani is looking like this, Krishna is finished. How is it? He is God, but in the same way, he is completely in love with Radha. So in this way, beautiful aspect of God is revealed, He's not someone, who is unapproachable, the Brahman. We want to forget about this aspect. We want to simply love Krishna as he is, beautiful young boy, 15 years old. And we want to understand him like this. We don't want to keep this understanding of the aspect of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Little by little, we have to forget that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So not easy. You see, this is why we say it is easy to practice, but to attain this consciousness, not so easy, because it means your understanding of God should completely change. He's not God anymore. He's not just forget. Okay? Prabhupada brought us to this because we knew nothing. But now, after many, many years of practice, now we have to put it aside, this understanding. And another understanding should be there, Rasa Vichar. He is Rasa Raj, he is Radhanath, the one who is, the pupils, the servant of Radha. In this way, many things will be revealed into our hearts, The things we know now, it is okay, but there is so much more to imbibe, to understand. So much. It is not finished now that we have started. We just start, but so much has to be gained. And SRIMAD Bhagavatam is going on little by little and coming to the 10th canto. In 10th canto, then all these beautiful pastimes of Krishna has given. And particularly then the 5 Panchadhyaya chapter of 10th canto describing Gopi Gita, Brahmarad Gita, Venu Gita, Rasa dance. This is the heart of SRIMAD Bhagavatam. So we are coming little by little, understanding this, and then we keep in our heart. In this way, beautiful and this beautiful realization will come into our hearts. And then, Ruchi, Ashakti, Bhav, later will come into our heart. This is real bhakti, real Krishna consciousness. We cannot stop now. No, I am properly dressed. No, I have good tilak, good food. No. No. Now things starts. How to understand? If we don't approach the Goswami Grantha and read properly also Prabhupada books and intimacy, then we will not, okay, we will find out Krishna is God. Okay, very good. Good point. But we are far, far, far still to understand the ultimate truth, which is Krishna Rasaraj. And then also in our proper way, we have to understand who am I? We are identifying ourselves now as devotees. My name is PRASANNATMA, my name is Tagana. Okay, good. But it is not finished because it is not your real form. No? It is not the form of your soul, I can see now. Your form is completely different. Your consciousness, your personality, you are completely different. So who we are? Now we are in a middle stage. We are understanding that we are devotee of the Lord. Very, very good. Now the next part has to start. Who am I really? What rasa do I have with Krishna? What is my name? What is my form? What is my age? What is my parents? Who are my friends? All these many things will be revealed. But how to be revealed? Really, if we want it, with lolium, tatra lolium, really with great eagerness, we will find this way. Otherwise, we will stay as devotee of God. The Krishna consciousness is much more than a simple recognition of God. It is something much more profound, much more intimate. And if we don't go this way, okay, we will stay like this, take birth again. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, Grantara ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. I have to start early because I have to leave. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Bolo Hari Mukunda Murari. Hare Krishna.